Would you recommend people to go through whole phases?
100% yes, absolutely. If you don't know what car you like to drive, how are you going to go to a dealership and purchase one?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mental Thoughts HQ. Today we're reacting to a video from Alpha Central looking at women starting to see the damage that's been done to modern dating. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're on our goal to hit 500 subscribers and every sub counts. Anyways, let's jump right into the video.
The only one that noticed that whenever a woman is unhappy in a relationship, society just gives her a script. Leave him, take the kids, take the house, take half. You deserve better.
This video was made for strictly artistic and comedic reasons only. No harm or offense is intended upon anyone featured or shown in this video.
Not really looking for a relationship. Yeah, I'm more looking for like someone that I'm attracted to and interested in enough that I like want to hang out with them and be physically intimate with them, but who also ultimately has some sort of fatal flaw that keeps me from being too emotionally invested in them or desiring a relationship with them. Yeah.
So her whole thing is that she wants someone attractive enough to hang out with and be intimate with, but who's got some sort of fatal flaw so she never gets too emotionally invested. That's not really a dating strategy, and that's a way to keep everyone at arm's length on purpose. It's kind of hard to complain about never finding a real connection when you're engineering it out from the start.
Would you recommend people to go through whole phases?
100% yes, absolutely. If you don't know what car you like to drive, how are you going to go to a dealership and purchase one?
Absolutely not. I know I want a Lamborghini, so I'm gonna wait for the Lamborghini. I'm not gonna go with the Honda Civic and then Toyota and work my way up. I'm waiting for the Lambo, and once I get the Lambo, I'm good.
So you know what you want.
Know what I want. But obviously she's fooling around, so.
Oh no!
She's saying that she won't settle for the Honda or the Toyota, and she's holding out for the Lamborghini. And honestly, everyone is allowed their own standards, but the catch is that the Lamborghini man usually has his own long list of standards too. And the I'm a prize, just wait for me isn't one of the boxes he's checking.
Back, which means now they have the power to ghost me and up my night. Checking my phone like every other half a millisecond, waiting to see if they replied back already. This always happens to me on dating apps like Cuffed or Hinge. I was at peace before I did that, and now I'm in a state of anxiety.
Alright, so she replied to a match and immediately spiraled into checking her phone every half second, full of anxiety when she was at peace before. And honestly, this is kind of real with dating apps. Dating apps do that to people. Being on Cuffed and Hinge at the same time, chasing that hit, is kind of part of what's feeding the anxiety and not really curing it.
I think men and women are not dating anymore.
Because men are silly.
Yes, men are silly. Men are silly?
Yeah.
Some men, some. Okay.
Most men.
And I think some women at times, but mainly men. Do you guys get approached by men lately? In a weird, strange way, but you just have to ignore, so... Right. Yeah. But if you don't get approached, then you wouldn't date?
In what way?
So, let's say the man approaches you.
It depends.
No, so what you're saying is that you are not getting approached in a very nice way?
It depends in the way that they'd approach me.
So how would you like a man to approach you?
In a nice way.
To give him a chance?
To give me,
not
like,
in a creepy way, in a complimentive
Yeah.
way. Like, as in, like, that they appreciate
gesture.
you. A romantic gesture.
I'm okay, thank you. Thank you, though.
That's a nice way.
Yeah, like,
that's nice.
That's
That's lovely.
Not too forward, though.
Yeah, so if you really just watch this one, she wants to be approached, but not in a creepy way, and in a nice way, in a compliment way, in a romantic gesture way, but also not too forward of a way, right? There's a lot of ways here, and there's a lot of contradicting rules for one interaction, and a guy could do everything right and still trip up one of those wires, and that uncertainty is exactly why a lot of men have stopped trying.
I felt like a lot of trauma and a lot of talks happened, and I'd come over every day and he started being weird to me.
She would do things that was constantly disrespectful that I'm going to get to. She would give me a compliment and then snatch it away. For example, she would be like, oh, I know you got a big meat, but it's not that big though. I've seen way bigger. Or she'd be like, yeah, you're 6 foot, you're kind of tall, but you're not that tall, you're short. She would do this constantly. And I would ask her, why can't you just give me a compliment?
Yeah, I feel like he's just describing someone who'd give him a compliment and immediately take it back. So, you're tall, but not that tall, over and over, that's not really teasing. That's kind of chipping away at somebody slowly but surely, right? And usually when a person does that constantly, it's their own insecurity talking. But that doesn't make it any easier to be on the end of it.
All I hear is the men saying it's not worth it. The women bring nothing to the table. All they do is spend money. I mean, since the dawn of time, men have been paying for the
providers.
dates, right? Why is this a new thing? Why are you upset about that bit?
I mean, sure, men have been paying for dates in the dawn of time and whatnot, but it's getting to the point now where there's just a lot of crazy expectations that are being put on men to do things besides just paying for the date. Like, for example, it could be like the woman will ask, not only can you pay for my date, but can you also pay for my nails, pay for my hair, pay for all these things that don't even correlate to the dating relationship. So, I mean, she does have a point there, but at the same time, she's not really looking at it from the big picture.
32 years old. I be trying to stream to get to get some peace away from, life. But life just still ends up behind my shoulder. Life just still be there. So, I've been struggling with this streaming.
You talking about me? You throwing shade at me?
Never throwing shade at you. I said life.
He's just trying to stream in peace, but he's got something called life that's just on top of him all the time, and he's clearly just having a rough time, and sometimes people just need a minute, and it's all right. It's just okay.
I think my person I've been dating for the last month and a half, 2 months, is going to ask me to be his girlfriend tonight. So I will let you know.
Well, I don't know what the that was. That was worse than a first date. I've been dating him for 2 months. I don't even know who was at that table with me.
Wow, so she convinced herself that tonight's the night that he's going to ask her to be his girlfriend, and then it cuts straight to her bawling her eyes out, crying on the ground. And sometimes the story you're telling yourself about where things are and where they actually are just don't match, and that gap can be really tough to watch land.
Guys, I can't believe what just happened. This girl, I don't want to put her on blast, but this girl took me out to the restaurant, and now she's telling me after we ordered, she ain't got enough money. I'm shaking. Like, why would you waste my time? Why would you bring me out? My time is actually valuable.
Yeah, but you didn't.
No. It's not how this works, guys. I can't actually believe it. Like, what is the point? If you're not in a position to date, don't be dating. Work on yourself first.
I have money though.
Oh, you have money?
Yeah.
Do you have enough?
Because
I don't do 50-50.
I don't know how much it
The
is.
other guys are willing to do 50-50. I'm not doing no 50-50. So can you pay this bill, yes or no?
I don't know how much it is. I don't know if I have
Absolutely
enough.
shocking. You know what? I'm gonna get someone to come pick me up. Get another girl to come pick me up. This is absolutely disgusting.
All right, so this guy's a baller. So she invites him out, they order, and then it comes out and she can't even cover it. So I don't know, it could be a play here that she's trying to do to make him pay, but you can see that his reaction is pretty genuine. He's saying like, oh, I'm shaking, I'm gonna get another girl. And on the flip side, he's like, I don't do 50-50. He's like, can you cover it or not? And it kind of just shows you when the tables have turned, right? And if you want to invite someone out, you got to be ready to hold up your end.
Man has commented that he's proud to say that he has never approached a woman.
Okay, so what exactly is wrong with that?
I honestly was not expecting this. I seem to have collected all of the incels in my comment.
Because they've never voluntarily approached a woman, that automatically makes them an incel? I don't think they know what the definition of an incel actually is.
Guys, welcome, but this is not a safe space for you.
And I could say the very same thing.
784 people liked this comment. What the is going on? Almost 800 men sat there, liked this, and said, yeah, same.
I keep telling a lot of those ladies out there that some men are simply not interested in dating. Yet somehow some of you find that really hard to believe.
Some of the comments went like, I don't want to be arrested. How do you approach a woman that you're scared to be arrested? I think that's a you problem.
They're just listening to the thousands of women that have told men to leave them alone. So why would they approach?
All right, so we got the same viral comment making the rounds, and this is where the guy says that he's proud that he's never approached a woman, and then she calls all 800 people out who agreed to this comment incels. And the pushback here is fair. That's not really what an incel means, but never choosing to approach doesn't make a guy an incel. It just means that he's opted out. And there's really just a real difference there, and lumping them all together kind of proves why they opted out in the first place.
So who do you think are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, men or women?
Men, because they're more dominant.
Yeah, but who typically pays on a first date?
Men.
Who's typically expected to approach?
Men.
Who typically buys the drinks at nightclubs?
Men.
Who typically gets down on one knee?
Men.
Isn't that all traditional male behavior?
I think a girl loves it, and a girl loves to be chased.
Once again, who are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, men or women?
It's a good question because women expect it when men don't want to do it all the time, but men get the benefit of going out of their way to do their gender roles.
So would you say that women are the biggest enforcers of gender roles? Would you agree with that?
No.
You said women expect it though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, does a man necessarily have to expect a woman to do traditional things to be with him? Or?
Oh, nowadays, no. Women don't want to cook, clean, provide for the family. It's definitely different. 2026.
So once again, how are women not the biggest enforcers of gender roles?
I don't think they're subtle enforcers. Like, it's expected.
Well, right, but you're saying that women expect men to be in their roles, but women don't want to be in their roles. So to me, that
Which
sounds
is sad.
like it is sad, but my point is, it sounds like women are enforcing gender roles more than men are. Is that true?
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
So if women are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, how are women not the biggest enforcers of patriarchy? The very thing they demonize men for.
All right, so this is actually a really sharp exchange, and he pretty much walks her right through it. Men pay, men approach, men buy the drinks, men get on one knee, all traditional male behavior, and women expect it. But women don't want to do the traditional things, like they don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to provide. So his question is, if women expect the roles but won't fill them, aren't women actually the biggest enforcers of the very thing they blame men for? And you can see her realize it mid-sentence, right? And you can't demand the traditional man and drop your own half of the deal at the same time.
Your last breakup, was it your fault or theirs?
It was both. We were together from very, very young.
Immediately no. Immediately no. When she said we were together from really young, she was immediately excusing her poor behavior. Like off rip. Like it was so quick. Whenever somebody, like if somebody asks you, was it your fault or theirs? And they say both, we were together really young. Immediately they just try to absolve themselves of any guilt. Off rip, like in the first two sentences, she's immediately absolved. But I haven't watched the whole video. I literally only watched up to that point, so we'll watch the rest together.
Very young. I don't know, you just evolve over time as you get older, and it was like more of a thing of like, oh, I want more for myself.
There
and
it
I
is.
realized that the person I fell in love with when I was younger just wasn't really who I was anymore.
Was it hard to end a relationship?
I don't need to see anymore. I know what type of person you are. You're just selfish. For off rip, she said both already. No, it wasn't. Then you said we were together from really young, immediately trying to absolve yourself of any guilt. And then you said, I just wanted more for myself. You just wanted to explore the outside. Like, it's that simple.
Okay, so we got this guy doing an analysis on the girl that's been asked about whose fault the breakup was, and the girl pretty much says we were just together really young, and we can see here from the guy who's analyzing them, he's like, you know, if she says this, that pretty much means that she's not really taking accountability for whose fault it actually was, and she's trying to sort of paint it as a picture that it was just both of them deciding to walk their own paths and walk their own ways. But we can really just see when somebody rushes to explain away their half that fast, the answer is usually already in the rush.
One bad financial decision that you regret making in life.
My baby daddy.
Your baby daddy?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because I have 3 kids.
By him?
Yeah.
Why is he a bad financial decision though? Not with him no more or something?
Okay, I don't ask for child support. I'm just a nice person.
Why didn't you put child support on him? Because most girls do that, but why didn't you?
To be honest, a lot of girls are gonna be mad. But I chose to have the kids. If I didn't want to have the kids, I could have chose not to have the kids and not put them on child support.
Yeah.
But I chose to have the kids, so it's also my responsibility to provide for the kids.
Does he help with the kids at all or?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, or do you feel like you take care more so of everything?
More so of everything?
Okay, and are you still with him?
No.
Have you dated since?
Yeah. It's been a disaster, bro.
Yeah. Do you think you should have stayed with him or?
No.
No?
No, my kids deserve better, and I'm better.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think you'll find another partner anytime soon?
Oh, yeah, of course. One day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had like any good dates after the breakup?
One good date.
And then did it last?
Sure, I guess. I don't know.
Like
He's
a week,
iffy,
a
I'm
month?
iffy. Like 3 months.
It's still a situationship to this day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cry.
Alright, so now we have a different one here. She calls her situation a bad financial decision. She had 3 kids, but then she says she doesn't want to ask for child support because she chose to have the kids, so it's her responsibility to provide. And this is actually real accountability, and you don't really hear this too often. And she owns her choices. She admits that dating's been a disaster, and she says her kids deserve better. And honestly, I give her respect where it's due, and that's a grounded way to really look at things.
I'm a fan of the princess treatment trend because a lot of the time I feel like it's just women acting like children in their relationships. Like suddenly the standard for a man isn't character, loyalty, work ethic, discipline, is just what lifestyle he can give you. Trips, bags, cars, constant surprises.
And this is where it gets real because she's basically just making the whole argument for the entire structure of this video. And she's pretty much saying that the princess treatment trend is often just women acting like children, where the bar for a man drops from character, loyalty, and work ethic down to what trips and bags and cars he can actually provide. And she has a really good sharp points, and it's coming from a woman calling it out herself.
No, hold on. Women are not irrational.
Women aren't rational. That's the reality. And look, and you may not like what I'm saying, women are not rational. Women are the only people that will get upset at you for giving them what they want. A woman will want a man who has, oh, I want a man who's wealthy, who's affluent. She gets that. They get married, and now she's complaining about time. Right now, he gives her a time.
But and now, she didn't know what she wanted.
Wait, and now. You just hit it right.
No.
Don't know what they want.
Wait, but not knowing what you want and irrational is not the same thing.
And then wait. And now he gives her time. Now he puts work aside. Now he's home all the time. Oh, he's home too much. Why are you always home? This is what men deal with on the regular.
So he's pretty much saying that women get upset even when they get exactly what they ask for. They'll say that they want a wealthy, busy man, and then they'll get him, and then they'll complain that he's just never home. And then they want a man who stays home, and then he stays home, and then they complain that he's home too much. Now, the word irrational is a heavy word, and the women rightfully push back, saying that not knowing what you want isn't the same thing. But the funny part is that in this clip, right, the back and forth kind of talks over itself, proving his point in real time.
Alright, let's talk about things I hate about being a 304. In all honesty, I hate everything about being a hoe except the money. Like, I hate everything about it. The first one is the tricks, the men, the people that you have to deal with, the time wasters, all that. Like, I've had someone verify with me, send me a deposit, I pull up, crickets. Like, they just won't answer the phone, and I'm like, what the is the point of that? Like, I also hate sleeping schedule, like sleeping schedule, because I be out all night, and then it's like I can't just sleep all day throughout the day because I be having to do. Going to jail. Going to jail, you gotta pay money to bail out, lawyers, like all that. Like, it's just not sweet. You gotta have that lawyer money stacked up whenever, because you just never know what's gonna happen next.
So she's pretty much listing everything she hates about the lifestyle: time wasters, the sleep schedule, the legal trouble, everything but the money. And the thing is, she talks about it like it's a life sentence that she pretty much has to serve with no way out, and it's really not. And if it's making you this miserable, that's information that's worth listening to. And I'll just leave this one right here.
The only one that noticed that whenever a woman is unhappy in a relationship, society just gives her a script. Leave him, take the kids, take the house, take half. You deserve better. But when a man is the unhappy one in a relationship, the script, well, it flips. Be a man, suck it up. You should be providing anyway. You're lucky she chose to stay. I just find it interesting that when a woman leaves, she gets support. But when a man leaves, all he gets is suspicion. She gets all the empathy, and he gets served papers. You sit back and wonder why men stay silent in their own suffering. Well, hello, that's one reason out of a million. The fact of the matter is that society chooses to see unhappy women as victims, and the unhappy men, well, they're just failures. That's not called equality. That's called emotional
So she pretty much makes a very interesting point, and she pretty much is saying when a woman's unhappy in a relationship, the world hands her a script saying, leave him, take the kids, take half, you deserve better. But then when a man's the unhappy one, the script flips to suck it up, be a man. You're lucky she stayed. And her point is, a woman who leaves gets empathy, and a man who leaves gets suspicion. Whether you fully agree or not, that double standard is real, and it's a lot of things that men actually feel. And it's also why so many men just go quiet instead. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to check out these other videos on the left and right, and also make sure to like and subscribe. We're currently on a goal to reach 500 subscribers, and it would mean a lot to us if you could just help us get there. Honestly, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.